Hey, good evening. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll have some people come in before we get started. All right. If you are joining for your first time, my name is Melissa Jake, CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, where we help to plan your events and it is handled. And recently, or I guess it's been like 6 months now, virtually helping you as well for your events. So I'll get into all of that stuff soon. Invite and share as you're coming in. Tag folks who planned a conference and now they can't plan a conference because of COVID or limitations on that. So definitely tag that type of person. If you are the person, then just put in there in the chat box, say, hey, let me know that you're watching. And if you guys have any questions for me too, this will be a great time to ask your questions. All right. So again, my name is Melissa Jake, CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, where it is handled. I've been coined the Olivia Pope of live events, where you can have your event in 30 days or less, and it is handled. We've been planning events the same week, was contacted on Wednesday, and it was executed on Saturday. And so that is the type of customer service you would get with us. We take on those projects that most event planners will not want to or don't feel comfortable doing. That is our motto. We like planning all types of events. So tonight we are talking about how to make your in-person conference virtual. For those who might have thought, well, we're going to be out of this COVID thing, and so I'm not worried about my event, but you might be thinking about 2021 and your conference might be planned for 2021. And now you're like, well, I might be virtual. What do I do? So we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, I want to thank my sponsor, Nayor by Nare. It is a candle called Power Moves, and I use it all the time in my office. And so this candle is completely soy-based. It's a soy-based candle. And I love it because that means it's natural. And with the candle, you're able to save some money if you use my code. So you have to use my code, Melissa Jakes, okay? So using my code helps you get that. We will put the link to get the candle in the chat box so you have accessibility to that. You're able to just click and head right on over and use my code. There are other candles over there, but I recommend this one, Power Moves, because it smells lovely. It is all natural, soy-based. And this really helps with my energy when it comes to planning different events. And when I'm like all day in my office, I've been burning the candle because I've been in a good energy mood, getting things done, or getting our to-do list done. And it's just been an amazing thought. So definitely check out the candle. Let me know what you think. And, let me know. Tag me, okay? All right, so we're getting into it. Let me get my things together. All right, so the first thing, Melissa, I have my conference and I need to make it virtual. What's the first thing I need to do? So if your conference was something that was people had to register for, whether it was free or paid, you need to first update your guests. Update your guests about being a part of the conference. So when your guest needs to get updated, that is something you need to do, right? Because, hey, they need to know we're not going to be in person anymore. They might have started already asking those questions. So make sure you update the guests. Okay, that's definitely number one. And if you didn't have guests that you need to update, but maybe like it's an annual thing. So let's say annually you do this thing every February or March. Though you may have not put out any information about where it would have been if it was in person, it's still important to say like, hey, save the date, we're going virtual. Because if it's annual and they know every third Saturday in March this event happens, then you need to make sure you let your guests know on that, okay? The second thing is finding the right platform. So there are multiple platforms now, and we've been in this for 6 months. So some people have been to conferences, summits, concerts, all types of things. There's different platforms. So a couple of platforms you can look into is one that I use a lot is StreamYard. StreamYard can go to Facebook groups. It can go to YouTube. You can go to LinkedIn. So depending on the type of things that you're doing, StreamYard is a really good option for you. A second one is called Hopin. Hopin, everything is on one platform. And so that can definitely help your guests. They don't have to go to different links, different clicks. It's, hey, they register and boom, everything's on there. The good thing about that is you're able to have like pre-recorded content that can stay on there. So that's definitely a good concept to have as well. A third one is called Hey Summit. Hey Summit is the same thing as well. Everything is on one platform. You don't have to move. Hey Summit may have actually either Hopin or Hey Summit has like another plug-in where you're able to have like a virtual I call it speed dating, was like speed networking, where you're able to place people at tables and they have like 5 minutes to network, and then you can move them from one table to another. It's pretty cool. You can go to different tables. You can label the tables for networking opportunities. It's a very awesome platform. Really love it. So those are just a few platforms. There's so many others. There's Event Hub. There is ViewStub. There's a lot of others out there. But if you're getting really started, some of those things you need is very technical. You're going to need some technical help. Even after you make the purchase of having your event on there, you still need somebody techie to really help you and understand that. So that's why I don't really mention those, because unless you have the right, which leads me right into this, getting the right team to help you with that. So that's definitely something that a lot of my clients have reached out to us because they don't have the right team. They don't have that capacity. So then that's when they hire us to help them with that virtual aspect. So if you're not doing that and you do have the team, just make sure your team is really prepared for it, because it is a lot of items that needs to be handled on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, there is you have graphics, you have speakers that need to be contacted, there's backstages, pre-recorded items that can be uploaded into the system depending on what platform you're using. It's a lot of working parts. It's almost more difficult than an in-person conference. So definitely make sure you have the right team for sure. One of the last things is making sure you have a marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is very, very, very important. Having this strategy, especially if you have a paid event, you need to, how do you reach the people? You got to have a good marketing strategy and a good social media strategy as well, because clearly you can't pass around flyers, right? You can't go to different people and network at different events. You have to now kind of network on different online events that are free to say like, hey, I'm going to be, doing this conference, or getting on other people's conferences that are virtual so that you can then talk about your virtual conference or workshops or whatever you're doing. So make sure you have a good strategy, a good marketing strategy, and a good social media strategy for your online event if it's paid. Now, if it's only to selected members, and it is something that's really not paid, then fine, you don't have to worry about that. But most conferences do have some type of paid element to it. So make sure you are strategizing properly so that you're able to reach the numbers that you need to reach, right? And so that's definitely very important. So if you guys definitely have questions for me about virtual events, how that goes, and a couple of roadblocks I've seen, how I've received clients, they start planning and then they realize, oh no, this is way too much work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of moving parts, which it is. So it's very important to remember the key things is getting out of the 4 things I told you about: updating your guests. If you have an annual thing, make sure you're updating your guests. 2, finding the right platform. 3, getting the right team. And 4, a marketing strategy. Make sure that the last 2 are very, very, well, actually the last 3 are very important. Not saying that updating your guests is not, But if you don't have the right platform to hold the capacity that you need to, if you don't have the right team to help you manage the back end stuff, because people are becoming mini producers, right? That's basically what it is. And then the marketing strategy, really getting out to the people, so that you can get more visibility, is very important. So make sure you guys have that type of information with you. Make sure you guys are able to know how to run virtual events. It's not as like, oh, I pull up a Zoom and here we go. You know, if it's a workshop, maybe, but I'm very big on presentation and first impressions. So make sure you guys are doing it right. I'd rather you do it right. And it may take a longer time than do it fast and do it wrong. And you can't take it back. Once it's out there, right? So make sure you guys are doing things right. And of course, Rescue Event Planning is here to help you with all your virtual needs for virtual conferences and events. We do this all the time. I don't know. I feel like I'm in 15. I've done 15, or we have done 15 virtual events now. I've lost count because it's just so many virtual events. So make sure you guys contact us if you have questions. You could definitely follow us on Instagram. Yes, I know we go live on Facebook, and we have lots of loyal Facebook followers, but make sure you go over to Instagram to see more of our visual aspect of what we have done for virtual events and some in-person events lately. And so you could definitely do that. If you guys have questions, put in the chat box. Even if you're watching the replay, put #replay, and we will answer your questions in the comment box, okay? So again, before I leave, I want to make sure you guys don't forget to get your candle. And actually, let me drop the link in right now, so you guys can save some money and get your candle at a reduced price. Boom. There you guys go. So definitely let me know how it goes. Like, I want to know, what's your candle? Did you like the smell? Do you love it? There's totally other ones there. One of my other ones is called Wedding Night Candle. Smells amazing. And then one is Let's Toast. Let's Celebrate, Let's Toast. That one's amazing as well. You can get any of the candles if you use my code. I'm going to put the code on down there again. If you use my code, you're able to save money on your purchase. So make sure you use the code, because you can save money. Okay. If you don't use the code, then you don't get to save any money. All right. So that's definitely it. So thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys have a fabulous Thursday. And it's almost the weekend. Enjoy. Thank you guys so much. Bye.